Welcome, everyone, to our 2025 Father's Day special U.S. Open recap show. Paul Scott with my good friend, the man, Matt Berkey. Matt, what a tournament.
All right, another US Open down. I feel like we had a little bit of mixed reviews. Some people really liked the difficult conditions, other people not so keen on it. I'm kind of a little bit in the middle. But Paul, how did you enjoy watching golf this weekend?
Thoroughly enjoyed it. I am one of those people who love the tough conditions. It's great to see. It's good to see people suffer like us normal golfers out there, getting double bogeys all the time. I loved watching Terrell Hatton this afternoon. Was thinking he may snap a club.
Yeah.
Throwing. I saw a cool clip of Rory. I don't know if you saw
Broke the
Rory
team up.
throwing. Well, no, he threw a club, hit his bag, and then also caught his club. Like just fun little things that happened this weekend. But great tournament. I loved watching the stretch down there with it could have been anyone winning. I mean, we had JJ Spawn, we had Adam Scott, we had Hatton, I mentioned. McIntyre slides in there, a lot of different guys. And then, of course, Sam Burns blowing up there at the end. But thoroughly enjoyed it, Matt. And
Yeah.
I can't wait to do it again.
For me, it was choppy between some rain delays, especially today. The conditions changed all throughout the week. But the great state of Pennsylvania hosted another one at Oakmont. And so happy for JJ to win on Father's Day. He had his wife and his two daughters there. So very happy for him.
And Matt, to win it on making the longest putt of the week for
Yeah.
anyone is what I heard. I don't know if it was 60 something feet or whatever it was. But for him to do that at the end was pretty spectacular. And Matt, after the first golfer US Open to shoot a 40 and then still win the tournament in a front nine, starting, bogeying 5 out of the first 6 holes and then really rallying back. I mean, credit to that guy. His first ever top 25 in a major, or he had a T23, but in the Masters, but that was it.
I feel like what encapsulated the tournament for JJ Spawn was hole 2 today. He hit the pin on his approach shot, hit a great shot, but it hit the pin and rolled back 49 yards off the green. But he came back, fought back, and so just resilience encapsulated there. So, Paul, talking about resilience, let's bring in our forefathers champion winner, Bushwhackers, Brad Bushy, who his team was resilient this week, coming in for the first time after winning for the first time. Let's give it up, Brad Bushy. Come on, everybody. Hey, Brad.
Way to go, Brad.
Yeah. Finally.
Congrats. We have Bushwhacker with us right here. The Forefathers family. Seen him one time before for your hole-in-one last year. We brought you on to our first preview video to share that story, but now you're on because you won. How does it feel?
Ah, feels so good. Feels so good. Always a bridesmaid, never a bride. Except today, finally a champion. Feels so good to be on top.
Brad, we looked it up. 5 second place finishes.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh,
5?
wow.
That's
Wow.
got to be some kind of record.
And he's the first Bushy, Matt, to win a Forefathers championship. Forget Gordon,
Yeah.
forget Ben, forget Cart Girl. It's Brad.
Yeah.
I'm on
Hopefully more to join, but for now, Brad's got the first.
That's right.
That's
I'll keep fishing them in. We'll keep getting more on the train here.
Listen, we'll be ready for him. So, Brad, you have any thoughts picking your team? What was the winning formula this week?
Yeah. So I'll tell you that I had taken Sam Burns in the last major, and he got me maybe a -5 on the last day.
Yeah.
Mm.
So I had a soft spot in my heart for him because I was a second place finish, and he helped me pull that one out. Um, the other guys were I had Sepp Straka. That was a poor decision.
Mm.
But then John Rahm, he's a tier 4 guy, but he's always been playing well. I know he's with Liv, but he's been playing solid. And then who was I had I don't even know who Rye. I picked Aaron Rye. Yeah.
He's in
So it
Kinshasa.
didn't matter.
He
You
didn't
can't
matter.
remember his name.
Yeah. But basically, what I did was looked at the guys I thought everybody else was going to take, kind of avoided them,
Yeah.
and and then I hate to say it, but I went to pgatour.com/stats. And who
Ooh.
has the best putting average? Who has the best green uh, approach percentage? And who has the best fairway hit percentage? Just thinking that you got to stay in the fairway at Oakmont. You got thick rough everywhere. So how do you avoid that? You got to hit it into the fairway. So I tried to order based on that, and then a little bit of avoidance of Scheffler, McIlroy, and DeChambeau.
Yeah.
Yeah, inside scoop there, and really you only used Sam Burns and John Rahm if I'm looking at it correctly. So
That's correct.
two man best ball there.
Hmm. Yep, I got lucky. Got lucky with that. That's for sure.
I don't know. Sounds like the research paid off for me. You did your homework. You came out. The Scotty Bryson train, which I was on, did not work out this week, which in a lot of ways is exciting for our forefathers challenges because it mixes it up at the top, but just a lot of fun. And I saw Sam Burns helped you out last tournament with that last day 5 under. I was tempted to pick him. He was the one guy that I wanted that I didn't get, but you made the switch and it paid off great. So good. Brad, what did you do today to enjoy your wins? Were you watching golf? How did you enjoy the win?
Yeah, so Father's Day today was fantastic. About 5 hours of chores in the morning, and then popped on the TV and got a chance to watch a couple hours of it. And then I went to the driving range with Cart Girl herself, and we smacked some balls around and made it back in time to watch, I don't know, the last hour and a half maybe. Made some steak,
Ooh,
just had a really nice Father's Day. Capped it off with a forefathers win, baby.
yes,
Yeah,
that was
Mm.
awesome. Two
and
questions. Number one, can your wife outdrive you?
Uh, nah, not yet. Not yet.
All right, all
She's
right,
working on it. She's
all right,
working
all right. I'm glad. Number two, when did you shave today? Before or after the win?
on it. This was actually for my daughter's disco party birthday.
Oh,
I
wow.
really went all out to make sure I went 70s disco for her. So,
there we go. Earning the
yeah,
dad points.
that's right. That's right.
Nice.
I'll tell you, I am pumped about the season-long tournament, guys.
Yes.
Going into the final major. I know I was number 10 going into this one, and I took a win, so I'm gonna bump up for sure into the top five, give
Good,
myself real
maybe
hope.
leading.
That was
Yeah.
awesome. You went
You're leading.
44th, second, now first. So
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. I mean, so you said previously we were talking, you said I haven't been playing since 2021. That means I'm, you know, roughly I've done this 20 times. I've been number two 4 times, and now I
yeah,
have a win. So basically, one in 5 times I'm
Wow.
up there. But I haven't done anything for the season yet where I
It
haven't been
sounds
the
like you're
winner of the
making your
season.
Hall of
That's
Fame
definitely
case right here in front of us or something like you want us to vote right now.
guys, if when you have that Hall of Fame uh, vote
Yeah.
in, yeah, let me
I
get on
mean,
my soapbox.
in the last tournament, Matt, like I had to put Lucas in there. Like he put him in, and now he's ready. I mean, keep you in there too. Maybe retire your jersey while we're at it. Why not?
Please, please, guys.
that's awesome. And Brad,
So
five
real
was
quick, were you? Oh,
it was
I was
five
gonna
second
ask, were
place.
you rooting?
5 second place.
5 second place
Oh
finishes.
wow!
Oh,
So were you rooting for Sam Burns at the end because he was on your team, or were you rooting for someone else?
guys, I was up this morning early on the app looking at every team that was in front of me, every team that was within a couple of strokes behind me, and there were a lot of Sam Burns people in there that were tied with me. So I had to root for him to plummet, and I had to
Yeah.
root for Rom and Rye to do well today, and that is how it played out. I had a whole list written out, like, all right, I need Burns to do bad. I can't see
Yeah,
Xander or Scotty go real low because I don't have them, and they could pass me. So need a couple things to go my way. It paid
Doing
off
the
for sure.
analytics. That's
yeah,
great. We're working on a feature. Stevie's working on a feature that will almost create that scenario for each
yeah,
person on the last day on what they need to win. And so
Oh,
you can almost see that in your profile. So that's
yeah.
cool. But I love
It
that you're doing the research. That's awesome,
it
man.
it's so tough because it's like you root for a guy for 2 days, 2 or 3 days, and then the last day you got to have him tank. And
Yeah.
it's like, man, it's tough, but it makes it fun.
Thankfully, I don't know them personally,
Yep.
so they can
Yeah.
fail and I don't care.
Yeah,
So good.
that's funny. That's
So
great.
good. All right. Well, Brad, congrats again. Hope to see you on here again, maybe some other bushies as well, but you're the first. And so congrats. We'll be sending you some prizes, right, Paul? Some prizes.
Yep, yep.
So good.
So thanks to Tri-State, we'll send you a gift card. It'll be coming. The top three will be getting gift card. Matt, I don't know if you have the other two on there. We'll probably mention it later in the video
Yep.
also.
Mhm.
But shout out to Brad with the 4-stroke victory. I think also we had Bayer 3, which is a new player for us also, and then Delco Pride finishing out to the
All
top three.
right.
But I mean, you had a nice 4-stroke victory, Brad. So congrats to you.
Cruising. Awesome.
Yeah. I
Great
wouldn't call it
job,
dominant,
Brad.
but cool. Cool. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you.
For joining
see,
us. Yep.
see
See
you,
you next
Brad.
time. Bye.
That was an awesome interview,
Wow.
Matt. Love talking to Brad. What a great guy. And
Uh,
I'm glad that he finally broke through, Matt. You talked
right.
about resilience before we got him. He broke through.
All those second place finishes. I think it was the mustache that really pulled him through. He's my cousin. I think that was the first time I've ever seen him in a mustache. So I think that really that was the
Mm.
secret sauce
And
there.
and Matt, I must ask you a question, but I'm shaving it for later.
Oh, thank you for that dad joke on Father's Day, Paul. I appreciate that.
Love
Wow.
it.
Some other you mentioned the top three winners as well, who will also be getting prizes from Tri-State. An award that I would like to give out, the 3-putt award for our last place finish, goes to Andrew G. Although you were only, I think it was -6, but because you were the lowest score when all of your team got cut,
Plus
you are
six. Plus six.
a +6. Thank you. You are the proud winner of the 3-putt award. Um, scathing, is it scathing by? Whatever that word is, scraping by barely Scott Pekarchik with the lowest score, but at least you had some golfers that made the cut. So thanks everyone for playing. Better luck next time. And now you can identify with all those people at Oakmont who had 3 and 4 putts this week. Maybe you snapped some clubs, over your knee this week, but thanks for playing. You can only go up from here.
Yeah,
So,
and Matt, we had two people who Andrew G was not the only one who had all their golfers cut. Our good friend Eric Sepp Throat also on there. He also had all his golfers cut. So tough luck, guys. Better luck next time.
yeah, welcome to the big leagues, guys. So Paul, on our recap show, we did some questions. We asked each other some questions, and you asked me if I thought anyone would have a hole in one this week. We know there were some long par threes, and I said yes, I thought there was, and there was Victor Perez with a hole in one, and there was also an albatross, Patrick Reed with a 2 on a par 5, and so some very cool shots there. History
And,
being made. So there's a lot.
and Patrick Reed needed that to make the cut on the number. If he makes eagle there, he doesn't make the weekend.
That's impressive. It's very cool. And then, Paul, I asked you whether we'd have a repeat major winner or a new major winner. And what did you say?
I said new major winner. I did name drop Harris English, which he was terrible, but he did make the cut. But JJ Spawn slid right in there. I felt like I couldn't go wrong there late in the afternoon. I felt like that answer was going to be right. I mean, Sam Burns, the only one, Adam Scott,
Yeah,
but he hasn't won a major in so long, anyways. I would almost qualify him as a brand new major winner, anyways, even though he's not. But it was cool to kind of see some newer guys slide in there, and some of those other older guys have to kind of work for it a little bit
yeah.
harder today. But we were both right this week, which rarely happens.
Well, Paul, I'll ask you this. Looking at
Yeah.
that final leaderboard, like you said, only one major winner before Adam Scott even in there, and he's only won one. It was a long time ago. All the big guys out of it. Scotty did his typical thing. He kind of came back and snuck into, I don't, what was he like, top 10?
Him and
Something.
John Rahm, him and
Um,
John Rahm were +4.
but let me ask you this: U.S. Open is supposed to be the toughest test in golf. Do you feel like this was an accurate representation of who the best golfers in the world are?
No. I don't know if it's who the best golfers are. I think it's the toughest test, but I can't say like these are the. Do I think JJ Spawn is the best golfer in the world? No, I don't. I think it's Scotty. I think it's Rory. I think it's Bryson right now. Xander, one of those guys. Now there's of course talented guys. JJ Spawn, very talented. It's interesting because a lot of those guys, Matt, are in that tier two, tier three range.
Mhm.
JJ's in, which means that they're very talented. They've had to do a lot of great things to get there. But I just think they showed a lot of resilience. JJ fought back. I mean, Robert McCartney or McIntyre, sorry, had to have a great back nine there. Victor battled. I mean, so I don't think it's the best golfers, like let's say like at a Masters or some of the other tournaments, but you have to be good to be there.
Yeah. All right. All right. Well said. When you look at the previous major winners, just this year, like holding the cup, you've got Xander, Scotty, and Rory. And
Well,
now
yeah, Xander was last. Oh yeah, you're
British
saying there
Open,
are people who are holding it.
right?
Yeah.
So you got all the big dogs, one, two, three in the world. And then, the US Open, there's an outlier. But that's what it always freshens up. I feel like when I was younger, I would always root for like the first timer, the underdog, the guy who's never won before. And now I'm like, I want to see history. I want to see the big dogs eat. Um,
Interesting.
but again, still happy for JJ with his family. I'm glad he did it in that way. At least, he came back throughout the day, that drive on 17, the long putt on 18. So it was cool.
Yeah, and you could see the emotion. It was cool to see. But Matt, let me get real quick before we got to wrap things up because based on our stats, we know that people are usually tuned out by now, Matt. So we gotta hurry up and preview. But
They want
our
to see the
next
winner.
our next major here, the last major of the year, July 17th through the 20th at Royal Portrush. The last time it was there was 2019, and that was won by Shane Lowry, the one and only. So look forward to that and can't wait to see who wins our Forefathers Cup.
It will be great. We haven't done the standings yet. I'll do them after this video. We'll have them out for tomorrow morning when this video is released. I'm guessing if Brad gets top 10, he'll probably need top 10 maybe to seal that Forefathers Cup unless there's someone right up there, that goes high again. So we'll see. It would be a great end to our year there in mid-July. Looking forward to it. So until then, everybody get out, play some golf, maybe check out some tournaments in the meantime so your picks are fresh for our last challenge of the year. And thanks for joining us. It's been a blast. 65 teams again in this week, and we hope for continued success at our last challenge for the British Open. So, Paul, any final words?
Thank you, everyone, for playing. We couldn't do without you. Again, thank you to Tri-State and everyone for sponsoring so we can play. And I just appreciate how this has been really growing organically. And again, as we mentioned in our preview show, there's a lot of things going on behind the scenes too that we're looking to improve. And so any feedback you guys have for us, we greatly appreciate it.
That's really good. Paul, I will see you tomorrow.
Yes.
At the Jersey Shore. We're going to meet up. Our families are going to get together. Maybe we can sneak in around a mini golf. What do you say? We'll have our own Jersey Open.
We will see. We'll see if we can make it work. If anything, we're going to see some animals and hold on to some babies. So we'll have a great time.
Yep. It'll be a lot of fun. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Have a good one. See you later.
So long.